Hi, happy Monday. Excuse my lack of getting ready today. I had the day off, so it's been kind of just like a lazy work from home day, but I hope you're having a good start to your week. And I'm excited to talk about this week. We are in week 3 of 8 of the 8-week program. And again, I want you to remember that we're not just forgetting about everything we've learned the past 2 weeks. I still want you to kind of keep doing that and just build off of it. But we do have a new focus for this week. So this week, my goal is to kind of step away from the food a little bit, because we kind of hit the food hard last week, talking about My Plate and just talking about all the different foods and nutrition and food groups and all of that. I don't necessarily want you to stop doing that, but our focus this week is going to be providing your child with sensory-rich activities and just making it a fun and positive experience. Again, that's always the goal. But we want to give them some maybe new textures and new things to do sensory-wise that will hopefully transfer into feeding later on. And if you're not sure what I mean by sensory, obviously we have our 5 senses, and we use that to take in information. So we deal with a lot of things with how they feel. And a lot of kids that have picky eating habits or food aversions or have restricted diets, a lot of times, but not always, a lot of times there's a sensory component. So they don't like how certain things smell, or they don't like how they feel even touching them or in their mouth, or they just haven't really got acclimated to them yet. If you think that this is your child's problem and you do want to seek like one-on-one specialized help, I would recommend going to an occupational therapist. That is what they specialize in. They have a lot more knowledge about sensory and how the body processes sensory information. I have some knowledge, but not as much as an occupational therapist. So I would definitely recommend reaching out to an OT if you think your child could benefit from that. But our goal this week is to just provide some fun sensory activities. So what I mean by that, the first thing I'm going to talk about is just sensory bins, and you might have seen these before. You can just use a Tupperware container, a big bowl, like a plastic bin, and some people kind of go crazy like with the water tables, or like in preschools you'll see big sensory tables with like sand and different things in it. Any of those really work. And then you can fill it with a ton of different things, and it's kind of fun to switch it out. Sometimes you can do themes and fill it with different things. So you could do a St. Patrick's Day one that's coming up, and fill it with whatever filler you want, or you can make it a green filler and then put like objects that go along with St. Patrick's Day, or you could just do foods, for example, or you could do animals, things like that. So not only is it fun for kids, it's a great sensory experience, and it's really great for their language and their creativity. So there's a lot of benefits to doing activities like this. So for example, I just have this bin, and I have cut up plastic straws. I like cut them into thirds and just threw them in here. And so, you know, they can pull them apart, and then there's sound. This is a different texture. It's bumpy and has ridges, and then this part is smooth. And then I just have some foam letters in here, so it's just kind of fun. They can, rather than just doing a puzzle, you can put all the puzzle pieces in here, and then they have to dig around and try to find it. And again, this is just giving their body some sensory input that they don't normally get. So you can do straws, you can do cotton balls is a good one. This is obviously a very different texture than a plastic straw, so it's good to switch it up. I have also done this like fake snow. I just get this kind of stuff from like the dollar store. If you just go and kind of browse, you can find a ton of things. I also listed a couple links to Pinterest searches that I did, and there's tons of great ideas and fun things out there, but you really can keep it simple. Like I said, this is just straws. Another one is you can do kinetic sand, really whatever you want it to be. So that is one thing I would suggest. Then the next thing that I would suggest is let your kids get messy. And I know for some parents this is a huge thing and it's going to be hard, but it is good for them. Let them, you know, play with shaving cream. If you have like a plastic kids table, just put it on there, or put a tablecloth down on the floor. Give them, I like to use like old gift cards, and they can, you know, scrape and make designs in the shaving cream. that's another important thing, is if your child is resistant to touching these different things, which they very well might be, especially if they have a hard time processing like the incoming sensory information, then you want to give them options. So you want to give them a card or a spoon to play with the shaving cream, so they don't necessarily have to stick their whole hand in. Or you can use, there's like big tweezers or tongs to pull things out. You don't want, again, it to be a negative experience for them. So giving them other ways to play is a great idea. And chances are, if they are playing with a spoon or something and they are dipping it in the shaving cream, chances are it's going to get on their wrist or something like that, which is a good thing. And it kind of gives them some of that sensory input, and maybe it won't bother them as much as they thought. And just kind of exposing them to new things. So shaving cream's a fun one. You can also just put it on a cookie sheet if you want to keep it a little bit more contained. Again, the kinetic sand is fun. Play-Doh, make slime, make fake snow. Again, there's a whole Pinterest board that I will direct you to that has so many fun ideas. And again, this will just help them kind of get used to new textures and things not related to food, so there's no pressure. And this takes time, so they might not like it the first time, but they may like it the third or fourth time. And if you think about it, when you have a new food or something in front of you, or even when you're shopping, I know I touch everything in the store. I feel all the shirts to see, what material it is and which one is the softest, because I want to buy that. So we just want to kind of teach our children how to manage different sensory feelings and textures, and kind of make it a fun thing with different activities. Another thing is like bubble wrap. That's a fun one. Also, I'm sure you've seen all of these fun squishy toys. A lot of them are food. These are just kind of fun to play with. You can hide these around your house, go and find them. These things I remember I always had as a kid. You can put your fingers in them. And then I also wanted to talk about, if you have a little one who is too young to be playing with small pieces and things like this, a fun idea, I don't have an example for you right now, but again, it's on the Pinterest link, but take like a gallon-sized Ziploc bag and you can fill it with different things. You can fill it with paint, you can fill it with water. There's a whole bunch of different things that you can put in there. Again, objects or just different colors, and then your baby or your toddler can kind of just push on it and it kind of feels almost like a waterbed would. So again, just another type of sensory experience that they might not be getting otherwise, and it's just something fun that you can do. And I'm hoping that this will bridge over into allowing them to be more tolerant of other textures and things like that, not only on their hands and their body, but then later on in their mouth. So if you have any questions, please reach out, and I would love to hear how this is going for you. So feel free to post in the Facebook group, direct message me personally, or leave a comment. Don't forget to print off the checklist this week with all of the reminders, and check out all the links that I posted to the Pinterest boards for more ideas. And if you have any fun sensory bins that you make, I would love to see them. So I hope you have a great week, and I can't wait to see how it goes.